Hello and good morning, friends. Welcome to the CEC-UGC live lecture. Dear friends, as you know that from time to time we cater to your needs by introducing sub-subjects or in talking on such topics which are beneficial for you. Every one of you want to be successful in life. Everyone wanted that to have a better career. For better career, one needs to think in advance what to do next after doing 12th. So, dear friends, we would like to tell you all that in this career counseling session today we would be discussing on a very interesting career. I would say many of you think that after completing your studies you should go abroad and study there. Now the question arises whether one should think of going abroad and pursuing higher studies or should stay in India and then find a better career. So this is a question which needs to be answered, and for answering this question we have again with us in our studios Mr. Jitin Chawla. Mr. Jitin Chawla is a renowned career counselor, as well as I would like to tell you all that he is a director at Center for Career Guidance. So for guiding you, he is again with us, and as I said, we need answers of certain questions which I have already answered, whether we should go abroad for higher studies or should stay in India. So over to you, sir. Now the ball is in your court.
Yes, that's a very good question. You know, long time back when my brother used to say that I want to go outside India, my mom would say, when we were chota, my mom would say, "Arey, सात समुंदर पार, so far, what will you do there? वहाँ कैसे तुम अपने आप को देखोगे? अकेले रहोगे? No family, relatives." Today, the scenario is absolutely different. The moment I go to schools and I talk to young guys, there are schools where 70% of the children want to go outside India. Lot of people say, I want to fly, I want to check out different countries, I want to travel, I want to explore and then decide where I want to settle down. So today it is not that if you have grown in India, you will stay in India only. And today, amazing number of countries people are going to. Of course, traditional hotspots like US, UK, Canada, Australia are still there. But people are exploring Europe. People are exploring countries like Ireland, Scotland. Even those countries are also subsidizing. They're offering scholarships. They're offering extra years so that you can stay back, do internships, work there and even settle there. So today the scenario is very, very different compared to earlier days. Today, one, students and parents are more open. Second, parents are willing to finance also, though Indian students still want scholarships. Third thing, increasingly there are opportunities outside. We Indians have been recognized outside pretty well, and particularly because of three things we do well outside India. One, we speak the most clear English in the world. Second, we are a very, very hard working race and competitive, क्योंकि बचपन से हमें और लोगों को धक्का मार के आगे आना आता है. So you check out on the roads, you check out at malls, we know how to push people. So we are able to do a good work and come up on the top. And third reality is the Indian education system, the volume of studies and the quality is really, really high. यहाँ पर कैलकुलेटर्स तो यूज़ करने ही नहीं देते हैं क्लासरूम्स में, बट लुक एट अदर कंट्रीज़ बच्चों का बेसिक कैलकुलेशंस करने में भी दिक्कत होती है. हमारे यहाँ का 6th, 7th, 8th का बच्चा काफ़ी सारा मैथ्स जानता है. सो मैथ्स, साइंस, इन चीज़ों में भी हम लोग काफ़ी आगे हैं. एंड सरप्राइजिंगली इवन इंग्लिश, वी समहाउ हैव अ गुड कंट्रोल ओवर इंग्लिश. वी आर एबल टू स्पीक वेल एंड वी वांट टू कॉन्कर द वर्ल्ड. So with that attitude, I think Indians are ready, Indian students are ready to take on the world.
Definitely, this is the answer to the question, and if you are watching us right now, then you must have got the right track. Now taking you along the lines, I mean to the students along the line who are preparing to go abroad, what is the initial preparation is required?
First thing is to decide, to first think which country do you want to get into. Not a very easy decision. Why? Because it is amazing options all across the world. It is still easier in India. Systems are set. There's a set pattern. Outside works very, very differently. Also, which courses you are looking at. See, if I'm not clear about the course, a typical consultant will send me anywhere with any other course which I don't want. So it's very important to first understand which course one is interested in. Where do you want to go in the next 5 to 7 years? What do you want to be doing? What are your interests? What are your abilities? What kind of personality do you have? And then okay, these courses, this will lead me to this. So that's the thinking first which is needed. Second, some countries are known for certain courses. A country like US of course is known for courses all across, but Indian students who look at, let's say, medicine may find US too exorbitant. Typical cost in US might be 2 crore to 3 crore, but yes, for a lot of other courses US is a good destination. A lot of people go to US for engineering, technical courses, that is, for research. They go for IT, computer science. They go for management, though a lot of students go after graduation, but even after 12th is a good choice. So they can go after 12th also. And then people who have specialized ideas, they want to go for biotech, aeronautical, space research, automobile engineering, and so on. So US. UK, largely people go for management, eco, like LSE is a great college, London School of Economics. People go for languages, people go for areas like international relations. I know somebody who did history honors from Delhi University and went for masters in museumology in University of Oxford, which is one of the top colleges in museumology. And then if I look at Australia, hospitality is a big sector, hotel management. Yoga training is big, again IT is big. People go for teaching jobs also outside India, and hence teaching courses also. And then if I look at France, I would think of design, fine arts, I would think of fashion management. So more on the creative side. If I think of Italy, again creative. Like there are institutes like Europea Institute de Design, so Florence Polytechnique. So a lot of institutes in Italy which are amazing as far as design is concerned. And then Germany, again for engineering, IT, computer science, techno management, which is an important and a big area coming up. And then Canada, people have gone for agriculture, people have gone for business, people have gone for engineering, people have gone for MBA, biotechnology. And then we have very near to us Gulf. So Dubai, Abu Dhabi, these are new centers of learning which are emerging. In fact, I traveled about 2.5 months back to International Academic City, Dubai, where there are 20,000 students from more than 47 countries all over the globe sitting there studying. Hostels, there are Chinese, Vietnamese, Iranis, Iraqis, France people, German, US, UK, all over the place at Dubai. Similarly, Abu Dhabi is also emerging as a good place. New York University has opened up its own campus at Abu Dhabi, so that place again is coming up. So that's how the scenario is placed. Now to choose from them is not an easy task. How do parents think? हमें कोई अच्छा सा सस्ता सा मिल जाए जिसमें जॉब जल्दी मिल जाएगी और बहुत खर्चा ना हो. How do students think? I want a nice place, it should be fun, I should love it, there should be a lot of places to roam around. How do teachers think? इंडिया अच्छा है, इंडिया से ग्रेजुएशन कर लो, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन बाहर से करना. Is it true? No. I would say a lot of Indian students now after 12th they go outside. If the families are ready emotionally and financially also. I know students जिन्होंने सब प्रोसेस पूरा किया, जो एग्जाम्स थे जिसकी बात अभी करेंगे, they did all the exams, they got their visa approval, everything happened. Last moment पर मम्मी ने मना कर दिया, so they couldn't go. So emotionally and financially white. A lot of people in India have money on the other side which is not in banks, so that will not help. You need to showcase that there is money available on the white side which can be used to go outside India. So that's how the story is, and now we can take up one by one. Yeah.
Definitely we should take one by one. So over to you again, sir, from where to start?
So I think we can start off with a country which attracts the biggest number of Indians, that is US. So if I look at US educational system is one of the oldest in the world, US and UK also. So but US somehow still is the land of opportunity. There are some visa issues in UK which are not present in US. US is pretty open. It's a potpourri of cultures. I mean, there's so many people from different nationalities. So US definitely is good. Typically for US, I should start at least 1 year or one year and 1 quarter before I have to go. So I want to go after 12th. I should give my exams in 11th October, November. What are the exams to be given? If I have to go after 12th, I'll give 2 exams: SAT, Scholastic Aptitude Test, and TOEFL. People, if you want information, you can check out collegeboard.org. If I'm looking at after graduation, then I need to give GRE for the technical side and GMAT for the management side. And then also education outside requires 4 more things. First, internships. Yes, even if I am going after 12th, I need to do an internship after 10th class. Internship is some work experience done somewhere. Second, we need to have social work experience. US universities really count social work. So we can work with a small NGO, big NGO, multinational NGO, wherever one can find opportunities. Third, we need to build up on achievements. Let's say I want to go and do an IT course. If I have already made my own web browser, I'm already making apps, I've already used C++ and made a software for my school. So this is also achievement, or achievement in sports, achievement in quizzing, achievement in public speaking, some achievement. And then fourth, good acads. Depending on how my academics is, it will play a big role. But yes, US universities are not like a Delhi university which only looks at academics. So वहाँ पर कोई cut off नहीं है. I might be a 75% student, still I can get in. I might be a 95% student, still I might not be able to get in. Yes, because a 75% student might have more of social work experience, internship, better achievements, might be a better performer all round. So they are looking at people who have all round development and not only focus on one side. So SAT, TOEFL for after 12th, and GRE, GMAT, GRE on the technical side and GMAT for managerial side after graduation. US typically needs 4 years of graduation. So they are looking at 16 years of education if you are going in for PG programs. If you are going in after 12th, you can go after 12th, like in India, it's the same thing. But for PG programs, since India has largely a system of 15 years apart from engineering if you do then 12 plus 4, 16 years. But suppose I do Ambedkar University, IP University, I am getting 3 years of graduation. So then I have 12 plus 3, 15 years. So 1 year I can do PG program, I can do 1 year, first year of masters, I can do programs from some institutes, some private institutes also offer degree courses. I can also do some credit sitting right here for outside India. Also, a lot of online universities have started. This is called as Moocs, massive open online courses, like Coursera, coursera.org, like edX, like Udacity, UDACITY. So these places I can do online courses from top US, UK universities also. So US typical expenses between let's say 20 lakhs per annum to about 30 lakhs per annum. Depends whether the university is public or private. A university is in a main city or a suburb, because your expenses will also vary accordingly. On the university you can work 20 hours per week, you can earn some money. Of course, it will offset your cost by 20 to 30%, but not too much.
Definitely, this is the condition with the USA. Now, if moving towards the other countries like UK, if we talk about.
So, UK increasingly has been coming down as an option for Indian students. Why? 2009, this financial meltdown happened. So, somewhere UK was never able to come out of that jolt. So, a lot of unemployment happened. So, a lot of politicians there, they told their population that we will reduce people coming from outside, and particularly Indians, Chinese and some other communities are more active. So UK has very strict visa rules today. So today I go to UK, the day I finish my course I need to come back. So there is no opportunity for me to take on internship, there is no opportunity for me to stay back and look for a job. Even if I am getting a job, I need to come back and reapply for a work visa. It's not that I can keep on continuing there. So that's a challenge that students facing in UK do. So right now, who goes to UK? People who are like, I'll go get a foreign education, come back to India and join my dad's business. Or there are people who go, I'll go and come back and get married. Yes, even for marriage people use a qualification from outside India. So, or you want a specialized course and you don't want to come back to India. From UK you'll go to US, you'll go to Canada, you'll go to some other country, and then you'll build up your career there. But staying back in UK doing a job, big question mark. I have MBAs from UK who have worked as petrol pump assistants, who have worked as waiters. Why? Because they wanted to recoup their investment. They had already invested so much money, so they said no, if you come back then nothing will happen. So getting a job, managerial job, is a challenge in UK. Next is we could also look at Canada,
Spain,
Yeah.
Australia. I think these are the countries.
Though for UK, Australia, we need IELTS, IELTS, which is a test of English, like TOEFL is there. So I'll cover Australia first and then Canada. So Australia, again I need work experience. So I need to do internships at any level. I need social work experience. I need achievements. I need past academic background, and I would need references from people also. So for Australia, I would give IELTS exam and apply. So there are a lot of agencies which offer consultancy also. IDP Australia is a big agency which has been floated by a number of Australian universities together. So and they do a good job. So you can check out IDP Australia for any details about Australia. I missed for US, we can also look at USIEF. It is at 12 Haley Road. That's a specialist US agency set up to help Indian students apply to US universities and look at a life in US. So they do a lot of orientation programs. They have a wonderful library which students can join for 1 year or more, and they can keep on availing facilities of career books, of listing of universities, of rankings. They have a lot of stuff on computers also. All this can be looked at USIEF. Okay, coming back to Australia. Australian universities, some universities like Australian National University are amazing universities, and they will figure in the top 200 universities. So for rankings, you can check out US News rankings, Times Higher Education rankings. These are very authentic rankings for universities all over the world. So if I speak of Australia, which are the hot areas? Computer science. Lot of computer science professionals are needed in Australia. Second, surprise, yoga training. Yes, somehow Indians are very popular for yoga. In fact, my brother who was there at Australia, he was sharing. Typically for a yoga session, people are willing to pay $60 per person per hour. So if I work for like 5 hours, I can easily earn $300 in a day. If I work for 30 days, I can easily earn $9,000, or maybe less days, so $7,000-8,000. So opportunity is good. Hotel management opportunity is very good. You want to be a dentist? Yes, we can look at it. Management, question marks. If I go to top institutes, good opportunities. If I don't get top universities, you will not get a job. Think about it. Okay, what kind of starting salary do people get at Australia? Typically at Australia, starting salary will be in the range of 40,000 to 50,000 Australian dollars per annum, and there will be a tax rate of about 30% on an average. It might be slightly more, slightly less, depending on how you are planning. So that's how we can look at it. And then coming on to France, Italy, I don't need much. I need IELTS, which is a test of English. IELTS and TOEFL, anybody with good English language capability can just go and give. So people do IELTS training, TOEFL training. You can do it by yourself. You can take books like Barron's SAT, Barron's GMAT, Barron's Guide for TOEFL, Barron's Guide for IELTS. Even Princeton Reviews guides are also available in the market. You can do it online, collegeboard.org. So even online training is available. You can check it out from there. So coming back, Italy and France are amazing as far as design courses are concerned. Fashion management courses are concerned. How do I get in? I would typically, for design, I would need to submit my portfolio. So maybe I am good at sketching. So my sketchbook is a portfolio. Maybe I am good at creating animations on computer. So I have created a couple of animations. I send that. Maybe I am good at writing. Whatever you are good at, you need to build up a portfolio. Yeah, writing, when I said, I meant in the context of advertising. So you have created some ads and you have done their copy also, copywriting also you have done. So you send your portfolio, you send your English language results, and you might have a telephonic interview, or you might just get admission, or you might be rejected. So these are the ways to look at Italy and France design institutes. Germany. For higher education, Germany provides education free of charge. So I have to do my masters, it is free of charge, it is available in English also at a lot of universities, though a knowledge of German does help. And Germany is amazing for engineering and technology side. They are the world's best machine tools people, precision industry people, IT also they are doing well, and now techno management. Cars, Germany, of course, check out BMW, others. So I mean, such big German companies offering automobiles all over the world. So for automobile engineering also it's a good area. Biotechnology, it's a very good area. So Germany again, I need to give IELTS, and my past academic background will be seen. How I am planning my future, my internships, my social work experience, my achievements, and academic background. Also I need references from people. So one from academic where I have studied, one if I have worked somewhere from that person.
So these are the countries where we have get in depth detail where to study, what to study, depending on the specialization. If one want to go for the research kind of work, so which country is best?
So I think US is good, Germany is good. I could look at certain areas in Australia also. You know, if I talk about research, scientific research, US at one point in time, even NASA, 1/3 of people working in research in NASA were Indians. But today that number has fallen primarily because of two reasons. After 9/11, recruitment of brownies, that is Southeast Asians, dipped. Also NASA budget cuts were there. So lot of government agencies have been recruiting people. In countries like US, private sector is also very active. So all your big companies like GE, GM, 3M, they invest a lot of money in research. Even pharmacy is good. I can do a bachelor's in pharma from here, and then I can go outside India for doing an integrated PhD course. So pharmacy, if I do, I can definitely get into researching on the medicine side. So I could work with the top pharma companies in the world. I can help them discover molecules, make new formulations. I can use biotechnology to develop new medicines. I can also use what is called as computer aided drug design. So lot of simulation now can be done on computers. So that again is included in pharmacological area. So pharmacy is good, hospitality is still good because somehow all these countries need people. Teaching is a very good option in countries like US. So I can do a bachelor's here, master's outside, and then do an education course and then teach. I can look at IT computer science separate courses, maybe not engineering. I can just do a 1-year course and still get jobs. Cyber security is a hot area coming up. Data analytics is very hot. Data analytics is you get reams and reams of data. You use softwares like Hadoop, R software, and you analyze data and you take out information which is of use. So data analytics or business analytics is a big area coming up. So I could specialize in that. I can do that after eco honors, after maths honors, after stats honors, or even after my management. Suppose I've done management from India, I can go in for a 6 months course, 1-year course in data analytics, and then build up.
If one want to go for the hotel management, do countries like Australia gives better options?
Yes, Australia somehow is a big tourist destination, and somehow we Indians are seen to be having a good understanding of people, and we are helpful in nature, we are more social in nature. So that is why yes, it's a great idea to go to Australia, and from Australia also I can go to different places in the world. So I can do a 3-year course after my 12th class and then start off my career, or I can do a 1-year or 2-year course after graduation and then build up my career. So typically Australia, the spend is approximately anything from 15 to 18 lakhs per annum, and typical courses are 3-year courses. Of course, some people might not get good grades, so what they do is they go and join a diploma program. 1 year you do a diploma, you get nice grades, and then you shift to a degree program. So you might take 4 years instead of 3, but then you get a degree and more recognition of the degree in the market. So that's how we could look at it.
Here we have discussed about different countries which provide specialized courses. If I talk about Australia only, as we were talking about that, it's good to go for the hotel management while pursuing this course. I mean, we could go to Australia. But there are other countries also apart from the specialized countries which we are talking about. Maybe the student might not get admission.
Yes. So like today we have lot of trade with China. So India imports so much stuff. I mean, look at anything from crackers to steel to gadgets to, I mean, we import so much. Today there are huge big companies even in mobile business. Almost practically a large percentage is imported from China. So because China is such an important trade partner, there are individuals who are learning Chinese language who want to do a business course plus Chinese course from China. Yes. Why not? Why? Because already that market is there, that interaction is there, that export import thing is there. So why not go to China and learn and build up? Similarly, Korea, South Korea particularly. So companies like Hyundai have been present in India for so many years now. Again, the trade is very strong. Indian companies are there helping them with software. Their companies are pretty strong in infrastructure, in automobiles and certain other sectors. So South Korea again is a big thing to look at. And then Japan. Japan has been India's ally for so many years. Today Japan is a good this thing for doing IT jobs, for management, for hotel management again, for going and doing petroleum engineering, petrochemicals. So all these areas can be looked at Japan also.
We have talked about for the students who might go for higher studies after 12th. But if one have pursued graduation and then he thinks of going outside India, so does it requires one to have a specialized in a particular area and then he needs to go abroad, or one can randomly think of the another career also?
So if a student who is pursuing graduation right now wants to go outside India, again it's not only his or her marks. It is also internship, where have you worked. It is also achievements, social work experience and past academic background. So apart from academics, these 3 things also count. So I would build up my profile, because the university is looking at how this person who is applying will be different from other 10 Tom, Dick, Harrys who have applied. So if this person is smart, good, intelligent, he has done so much stuff, he has won these prizes, he is such and such is his academic score, that's why we should take him and we should not take other people. So that's how decisions are made at a university. It also depends on the background of my own university. Let's say I am from a private college which is not well recognized in India also. So they would understand, they would have a professor Indian in the team who understands Indian universities, who understands which are the top ones. So they would understand what kind of student are you. So it's better if people who are getting average colleges or average universities, you should do online courses from Coursera, Udacity, edX. Online you can do from MIT, Harvard, Princeton, and then build up.
This would enhance the skill and would further facilitate for the higher studies.
More than the skill, it's a certification that you have already done course from a top university in the world. So other universities will be pretty happy to take such a person.
I've also come across a query recently. A person from Delhi only, he completed his law and then he shifted to USA. When he shifted there, he found that his law degree was not at all applicable, and he was asked to do a law course once again. So he planned to carry out another course. So it becomes mandatory to do so, or as you said, one can go for the Moocs courses and then.
So areas like law, yes, because each country has its own legal system. Though our legal system mirrors the UK legal system, so UK it is still easier to go and work. Also, it depends on what areas I'm looking for. If I don't want to practice, I want to do corporate law, I can still do all across the world. I want to look at, I want to do international law, still I can do it all over the world. But the moment I want to practice somewhere, I'm a civil lawyer, criminal lawyer, then I need certification from the law body there. So for each country, laws are different. Hence, you'll have to go and do some additional courses for some countries or complete courses for some other countries.
This is the case where one could think of option, as Mr. Jitin Chawla himself said, that what to do if you have already, if you already possess a degree in a particular area. Now, if we talk about the media jobs, so one could have a course or a study there and abroad.
So if I'm looking at areas like advertising, PR, maybe direction, yes, outside India is good. So I can go and do mass media courses outside India. If I'm looking at creating serials, creating other stuff for US audiences, then not immediately. Why? Because we have developed in India, we have grown up in India. So we have seen how the population is, how festivities are there, how the cultural interactions happen, how the family system is there. So we know, we understand the thinking, and hence we'll be able to develop serials or movies or whatever in our mind, and then for the physical world. But when it comes to outside India, we don't know. If you go to US and you are in second month of your media studies, and your teacher tells you, okay, we have to design a movie for the Hispanics, and you don't even know what a Hispanic is, or we have to do a movie for the Russians. So you don't know their culture, you don't know them. So how will you design? How will you plan out? So that's a challenge. So media on the technical side, on the creative side, still okay. But as far as journalism is concerned, as far as news reading is concerned, as far as making serials or small shows is concerned, maybe after some time when one is more worldly wise.
Yes, one could able to communicate in the particular extent. One should know the language as well as the culture of the country.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, if we talk about the teachers, as we have discussed earlier also, what are the scope for the teachers? Because we have many times seen, or we many times have seen the advertisement where Indian teachers are they are welcome there, particularly for the Hindi subjects or math subjects or science subjects. So what are the scope for the teachers who want to go?
So there is amazing scope for teachers outside India. If you are a teacher with appropriate qualifications, like in India BA, B.Ed or Bachelor's, Master's, B.Ed, and you are teaching at a good school, you have 3 to 5 years, 6 years, maybe 10 years of work ex, then yes, you can go outside India very easily. How do you go? In India, we have Educational Consultants of India, which is a nodal body to help other governments recruit from India, also organize training programs and so on. So let's say I am in Malaysia, I am looking for teachers, I run 10 schools. So I'll get in touch with EDCIL and say I want Indian teachers for chemistry, for physics, for maths and so on. I'll give them our requirements. They will advertise, or through their database, they will select, organize interviews. I'll come to India, do interviews, recruit people and take them outside. So that's our typical cycle. That is one. Second is, you can do your bachelor's from India and do a teaching course outside, or you do a bachelor's, master's in India and then do a teaching course outside.
If one want to go for the PhD program, then what is the criteria? I have done my postgrad from here only, and then I wish to go for the PhD abroad. So what is the criteria for that?
So for PhD, let's say I am a science student, then for PhD I need to demonstrate one, that I have done some successful internship, maybe at good places like maybe IITs, maybe where good research is happening, a good level of research I would say. Second, I would go and submit a synopsis of the project which I want to do. So the professor or professors there will evaluate whether what this person is saying is feasible. Should we allow that research? Does that research work fall in the ambit of the university or that department? So they will evaluate all that and then they will give you feedback. Okay, you come over. They can PhD, there are fees, but typically they waive off fees of PhD students. You can also get research assistantships or teaching assistantships where you can teach people. So for US we also need GRE. For UK we need IELTS only. For Australia we need IELTS only, or TOEFL also someplace. US we need GRE plus TOEFL. If I am looking at a PhD in the on the management side, then I look at GMAT and TOEFL, both these.
Are there Indian universities which further facilitate students, or does these universities here in India have tie-up with the foreign universities that students could be sent without any problem, or they could get an easy way?
Yes, if I look at these are called as twinning programs. So a lot of private institutions had twinning programs, but now one program which is really successful is MAHE, Manipal Academy of Higher Education. So they run a twinning program, 2 years in India, 2 years outside, 2 years in India, 1 year outside, depending on which region where one is going and when one is going. Also a lot of other private institutions like IHM Badarpur campus, they have 2 years in India, 1 year at Bangkok, 2 years in India, 1 year at London. So one can look at these also. Yes, and some universities like IIMs also, they have a student exchange program where maybe not for too much time, but let's say for 1.5 months students are staying in some other country, and they are in some other country and they are researching, they are working, they are studying with other team members. So this is a form of exchange program where students and teachers, they visit other school, this school comes to their own school.
So we could say that this should be inculcated in the curriculum practice that is at the school level, so that if the exchange takes place, the student would be easily understandable.
So yes, I mean, lot of good schools, they go for cultural exchange programs, student exchange programs also. I think it should increase, and even there should be teachers exchange, so that teachers can go and they can learn from outside that how is teaching being done, how to challenge students, how to use IT in classrooms, how to use group activities. So we feel Indian teachers have a long way to go if I compare Indian teachers versus teachers in UK, US and so on.
What about the options for the MBBS students or those who want to pursue?
Yes, MBBS, so there are countries like Philippines. Philippines somehow is a very hot destination right now. Why? The cost of MBBS education is low. Typically Philippines you would spend 11 to 14 lakhs per annum for MBBS, which in India also if you are at a private institution you might spend more if I count donation and other things. So US, as I shared earlier, is almost 2 CR. In US you don't go for MBBS directly after 12th, you do a 4 years degree program in biology. So I might do a 4 years BS program, then give an entrance, then do 3 years and then do residency, then I become a doctor. So that's how I would become a doctor in US. China also one can go, erstwhile USSR also there are opportunities where you can do your medicine. Anybody who is doing medicine from outside India has to come back and give an exam conducted by MCI, that is Medical Council of India. So MCI conducts an exam to see how much learning has happened, do they really understand, or they have got marks, just cleared the paper and just come and then they will practice in India. So the government is very, very particular about letting people who have studied MBBS outside come back to India and let them practice.
Yes, many times we have seen while consulting a doctor, the doctor has done his MBBS from the this following country, and
Right.
It adds the advantage to the doctor also, as well as it builds sometimes confidence within the patient also. So as a doctor and as a patient, we are having a session here also, as continuously Mr. Jitin Chawla is giving us all important points that how and where to study in abroad. Now all those students who are very much interested in artistic kind of fields, or I would say art and culture, who want to study and they want to study the art of a culture of a particular country. So it is a good idea to go abroad to a particular country and study there.
Yes, of course. Let's say I am a person interested more in design, art, creative side. I'll cover that first. So I can look at institutions very near to India, like Singapore is there. So Singapore has Raffles, and second institution they have is LaSalle's, and then Nanyang Institute of Fine Arts also, Nanyang University of Fine Arts also. So these are three top institutions at Singapore. Again, I need to submit my portfolio. I need to submit my application and then see where it goes. If I'm looking at art and culture, then probably I'll think of universities like Oxford, Cambridge, good universities in UK, where you can go and study and build up on your understanding of their culture, our culture, different social groups culture, how it has grown, how things have happened. You can go in for courses like museumology. So people, you can check flowindia.com. So Flow India takes Indian students to museum visits and they help them understand their culture, also develop their personality. Flow India also takes adults to museum visits, which is very surprising. These are guys from UK who are in India helping Indians understand their own culture, their own museums, because somehow otherwise a school trip, even I have been on a lot of school trips to museums, a school trip becomes a happy-go-lucky event. Each person is having a cola in hand, chips in the other hand, and you are munching chips and drinking cola, and you have a round of the museum or a historical monument and you come back. Is that the way to learn? No. Ideally, you should build up detailed understanding, stop, think, maybe come back, Google about what you have seen there, Google about when it happened, understand dates, understand timings. So if you are like that, then yes, you can look at those areas. Any experience in India will help you in getting that kind of a college education. So maybe in India you could work with flowindia.com, you could work with the museum, you could work with the Archaeological Survey of India. You can intern with them, why not, and then build up.
Definitely, definitely. I firmly believe that all the students who might be watching us right now are benefiting from what Mr. Jitin Chawla is saying, and you would be getting a right path. That is also a strong and firm affirmation by me. Now, if somebody wants to be a master of different languages, so
Linguist.
Yes, linguist. So then what is the criteria, or does one need to go abroad, or it is easier to study here in India only?
So both ways, but yes, I think it will be slightly easier to study in India, because somehow the context, the teachers would be more, they will be able to relate to the local context better. So one can go in for a master's program in linguistics and then build up a career. You can be a professor of linguistics later on. You might start your own thing. If you are creative, you might start getting into even things like advertising and other related areas, PR related areas also. Okay. Also another thing which a lot of students, they ask me, how much money can I earn if I stay outside India? Is it good money? Students, you do earn phenomenal money. Why? You are going to a developed nation which is far ahead of us, so the average money level is really high. Also, I might be a taxi driver in US, I might earn the same money as an IT professional. IT professional $1 lakh kamayega, I might earn $85,000, sometimes $1 lakh also. I am a hotel management professional, I can also earn as much. So outside India, it is not that you have to be a padhai wala person only. I helped a student get into sports management in a country outside India. Now that person is working with IMG, one of the top sporting companies in the world. So I have a student who's into yoga, lot of people in IT and so on. So that is why it is imperative first to understand yourself, understand your goals, and then pitch. Then you can definitely be successful.
Definitely. This is the next question which I was planning to ask you, that thinking before while going abroad what to do next, does going for a professional course or getting a professional study there in abroad, one should segregate first that what he is going to actually do?
Absolutely, because see, the moment I apply, it's not like India you can apply to everything and just fill up your name, address, phone numbers and send in your application. And give a written exam, or it's on the basis of percentage in your last exam. Outside India, typically people would need to build up on internships, so they might have worked somewhere. When I tell this thing to parents ask me, "Arey, after 10th kya kaam karenge?" They are too young, too small. But please understand, after 10th they can do the following work. They can make presentations, they can make WhatsApp groups and use it to communicate to people. They can create Facebook pages. So they can do a lot of online stuff, mobile stuff, fast. So that is where I am coming from. So this is what they'll do in their internships. They'll make presentations, run WhatsApp group, run Facebook pages, run Twitter accounts, and build up their own understanding of that industry and of the other market also. So second thing which they would need is achievements of any kind, which I have talked earlier in the program. Third thing they will need is a clear cut expression of where they want to go, how they see themselves in the next 7 to 8 years from now. What are their own strong points, weak points? How do they intend to achieve it step by step? So that's how we need to plan.
We have discussed about where to study, what to study, how to study. Does we need to answer a question, where to live afterwards?
So that's a very tough question to answer, because all parents say, will my child come back to India if he or she goes outside India? In my mind I am thinking, no, the child might not come. Why? We are going to a developed country, things are well set there, amazing roads, less of dhul dhakkar, less of pollution, less of odd even, so everything less of, and generally our life is more organized, money is decent. Suppose you don't have a job, if you become a resident of that place, the government provides you with social security. So that's how things are. So if you are independent, if you can manage yourself and you can stay without any family support, relative support and so on, if you are very ambitious, then you should go outside India.
Definitely one should go outside India if one feels so. It is all about the perceptions. It is the perception towards life, that how we see ourselves doing whatever we are thinking. Now sir, as you continuously visit different schools, different colleges, so do you feel so such type of orientation is required from time to time, not only for the students but for parents and also for the teachers also, because in the classrooms the teachers are the foremost which push the children for finding a better career. So such type of orientation programs are necessary.
So definitely yes, it is necessary. Kindly understand that increasingly top schools, they are looking at, students are thinking of going outside India. Parents 50-50. Some parents want it, some other parents don't want it. Some parents, they say we can't spend so much money. Parents having multiple children and at similar years of education, they find it difficult at times. So I feel yes, one, there should be workshops in schools. Not only after 10th, it should start off from 8th class onwards. So if 8th we have a workshop, some information parent gets, they go and search. 9th class the child can do aptitude testing and counseling can happen. And 10th, then finally stream choice is decided and the student thinks where to go, how to go about it, start preparation. After 10th, he starts doing add-on programs, extra coaching. He gives SAT TOEFL for US, gives IELTS for UK, Australia, and then starts applications outside. So the entire procedure also takes time. So parents have to decide early. Hence, at school, orientation should start pretty early, so that parents are able to think through clearly, students are able to research, and then they can finalize this.
Now for all those people who get placements from the companies in India only, and then they get opportunity to go abroad where they work for years, and after a certain point they feel so that no, we need to settle here. Now are there any opportunities or any eligibility or criteria so that they could get education there? They could, I mean, everybody wants to be updated at every point of time. So does they have any opportunity to upgrade themselves in terms of education?
So there is a lot of, I would say, in-service training also happening. If I look at a typical management institute, like the top ones are Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, Princeton, INSEAD, which is there at France. So all top management institutions have training programs for corporates, sometimes for government institutions. So that is one. Second thing is, let's say I am a teacher. I want to upgrade on my subject area. Definitely I can look at some programs outside India which will help me upgrade. Like in India, British Council facilitates some programs for English teachers and other teachers also to be done in UK. So there are bodies also which will help, and online is definitely amazing. A lot of people can do online education and then go outside for a short 3 month, 6 month course also to gain out of it and come back and apply it.
What is the criteria for the short-term courses? And
Short-term courses, typically you just need to have some background in that area, some experience, at the most some interview or a Skype chat might be conducted. So short-term courses, typically there wouldn't be any major exams or any major scores to be undertaken.
As we have talked a lot about the curriculum here in India, that after doing graduation or post graduation, if I intend to go abroad and then study, whatever I have done till now, would I say that it has gone into dustbin, or it will
Not
apply
really,
somewhere?
not really. So typically US universities take cognizance of the Indian system, or even other universities also. So at times they would need some equivalence. So if you take this thing, it is called transcripts. So if you take your mark sheet to your university and ask them to make transcripts, let's say your university, Delhi University, has given you 80% marks, but there when you go, it converts into a CGPA, a GPA of let's say 3.5 on 4. So the US university can look at a GPA. Similarly, any other university will look at your marks also, or some converted form, so that they understand, and then they can pitch you with other students also.
If I have done a course on a particular subject, now I intend to change my career path. I want to do something else, and I want to do that something else in abroad. So is it easier for me to do so?
I would suggest that initially then I can do a short term course or a part time course, or even a full blown course. Let's say I have done BSc Physics, but I don't want to pursue physics, I want to do management. Maybe I can pursue a management for 1 year and then go outside. Maybe I can pursue psychology for 1 year and then go outside. So for a lot of courses I can go outside, yes, but I need to build up a base. If I have a base, I'll be able to compete well, I'll be able to get jobs, and I'll really be able to move up further. So that's why initially I need to focus on building up that base also.
For all those students, all those parents who wanted their child to go abroad, or the student who want to go abroad for studies, and somehow he managed to go abroad, but after reaching there, one finds that in order to manage the expenses, it becomes difficult. So is it easier for the student to study and work altogether?
So yes, one can work, but there are limitations. A case had happened at Tri-Valley University in US, where students were put radio collars. So they were being tracked. Why? Because a lot of people had, so to say, gone for education, but they were actually working. They were not even attending college, and in the college fake attendance was being marked. So that university had a lot of people from Andhra and other South India areas. So to prevent this kind of thing, please adhere to the legal system. The legal system is very, very strong, and there will be a very much negative repercussions in case you are not very particular about it. It's not like India ki dekh lenge, kar lenge, ho jayega. So there you have to be very, very particular. So coming back, you should again plan step by step, finalize which place, where, how much expense, and maybe think that 20-30% of that expense I'll be able to take care of. More than that, it's difficult. Summer training, you will earn more money. Otherwise, typically across the world, 20 hours per week is what you can work, not more than that.
These are the criteria that one should think of beforehand, because once we land into a foreign country, then sometimes it becomes quite difficult, because we have other life of living here in India, and when we suddenly move to the different countries, things become different. As we are on the verge of completing this lecture, so what are the tips which you want to give to the students, parents and the teachers?
So I would say start early. If I have to go after 12th, my research work starts probably in 9th, yeah, or at least in 10th, not at the end of 12th. If I start my research work at the end of 12th, I'll spend 1 year or maybe more than that to go outside. Second, understand financials well, and apportion at least 10% above that. Let's say I have to spend $50,000, apportion $5,000, $6,000 more dollars. Be very particular. You are supposed to take medical insurance, because if you fall sick, medical care in a lot of countries is very, very expensive. Fourth, documentation is very important. So step by step you will have to do. Beware of consultants who will guide you and who will say हम सब करा देंगे और पैसा भी charge नहीं करेंगे. If you are going to somebody's office, they have set up a big office, everything is on, and now the consultant says चलो हम सब करा देंगे. Obviously they are getting money from the university. So then they will put you in touch with the university which is not so high in rankings, which might not have placements, which might be at a suburb, maybe not the best choice for you. So खुद research करना चाहिए. The more you research by yourself, the better you will become.
Definitely, these are the points given by Mr. Jitin Chawla continuously to you, that how to protect yourself from the false prey. You reach your destination. For that you need to work hard in terms of finding out also to whom to contact and where to go, where to study. So as again and again I am asking the same question, because brainstorming is required in advance, because studying in India at a certain point we can bear with if anything goes wrong. For going abroad, does one need to have brainstorming sessions regularly from experts like you?
Of course, yes, it helps, because I get a lot of students at my office also. So a typical session would last for, let's say, 3 hours, 1.5 hours. Some aptitude testing happens. So we do aptitude testing on interest, abilities, personality, to help a student understand himself, herself, help them in choosing a career option, and then do a detailed discussion on universities outside, on step by step, on when you prepare, on how you prepare, on if you get this kind of, like US, if I get 2000 kind of a SAT score, I'll get a scholarship of maybe 30%, 40%. If I get 2200, my scholarship level can go up to 50-60%. If I get 2400, 2400, and of course with an excellent profile, I can get 100% scholarship, I can get 80% scholarship. So it depends on the university. So the more in depth I have gone into it, the better I will be able to plan out admissions, test giving, financials, and also scholarships. There are a lot of bodies in India also which are offering scholarships. So there are corporates like ONGC who sponsor scholarships. There is Inlax Foundation run by the Hindujas. So these kind of places one can definitely look at scholarships and then build up on the financial side.
Sky is all yours, as we always say, that it is you who to decide, because your willpower will take you to a point which you are thinking. May take years, may take some time, but yes, work and work continuously. That is the only key to the success, I would say. And I would like to thank Mr. Jitin Chawla for visiting our studios and enlightening students and helping them out in finding their way. So dear friends, if you want to access this lecture once again, I would like to tell you all that very soon we are going to upload it on YouTube, so that it becomes easier to you to get through it the number of times you wanted, as well as you can show this video to your parents, as well as your friends in schools, as well as your teachers, so that everybody could enlightened. So dear friends, we would be meeting again very soon and would be discussing on another career option. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much.
Welcome.